आज की इस फाइनेंशियल पाठशाला में. So friends, today is going to be a wonderful day, and I wish to tell you why. You will already have received a lot of communications regarding what is going to happen today. You will have received lots of intimations from your distributor inviting you to join this particular session. And in this session, we are going to be discussing about a wonderful book called Atomic Habits. And we'll get to that a little bit later in this session. But before that, on the behalf of the entire Next Level family and all your distributors who are a very important part of our Next Level family, I wish to extend my warm welcome and best wishes to all of those who have joined this session. And just to let you know that at Next Level and also with all of your distributors, we follow this very interesting process, this very interesting concept of starting all our sessions in the right way. We have a saying over here which says that how you do anything is how you will do everything in your life. और इसी के चलते आप छोटी से छोटी चीज को बहुत ही पेचीदा तरीके से, बेहतरीन तरीके से अगर माइन्यूट डिटेल्स के ऊपर फोकस करके काम करते हो, तो आपका जो भी बड़े से बड़ा काम होता है उसमें भी आप वही तरीके की जो एक्शंस है उसे रेप्लिकेट करते हो, रेसिप्रोकेट करते हो. And that ensures that your biggest works also are wonderfully executed. So how you do anything is how you will do everything. And that being said, we also believe that energy is everything and everything is energy. So how do we get our energy right up to our brains, our eyes, our ears, and all of our senses so that we capture all of the wonderful knowledge that we are going to gain in this session by doing a wonderful prayer, by saying a couple of statements that is going to channelize our energy in the right way. So at Next Level, all of our sessions start with this prayer, and also all of your distributors will be doing these prayers every morning in their offices to start their days off in the correct way. So now, friends, I would request everybody to please place your right hand on your hearts and follow me in the reading of our daily declaration. We are on a mission to educate people about financial literacy and empower them to live a financially confident and stress-free life through our 7 events to financial freedom approach. We are in the world's best and noble profession because we prosper only when our clients prosper. We are the followers of client first, we next, and the win-win-win principle. We always ensure that our clients get the right amount of money available to them at the right point of time through our scientific money management process. We follow all professional ethics with full integrity. We have a clear intention to create wealth and abundance so that our clients can achieve all their dreams, goals, and needs. The only way we can become successful is by adding massive value in the marketplace to our clients, to our organization, and all of our stakeholders. We always inspire, empower, and make a difference in people's lives wherever we go and whomever we meet. We work because we choose to and not because we have to. And we empower people to live their desired lifestyle by helping them to achieve financial freedom. So that being said, friends, give a powerful and energetic high five to the partner sitting in front of your screen so that you, them, and all of your clients become financially free as early as possible. And now we move to the best part of today's session. That is understanding what this session is about, knowing who is going to be interacting with us, and then diving straight into the wonderful session that we have. So यहाँ पे एक बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग एनेक्डोट है जो मैं आपके साथ शेयर करने वाला हूँ. It is referring to resolutions. Everybody makes a resolution on the new year that yes, I'm going to start exercising, I'm going to start this, I'm going to start that. And similarly, many people also make this very famous resolution that I am going to read 1 book a month. That means that translates to 12 books a year. And then slowly that moves from 1 book a month to 1 chapter a month to probably 1 page a month. And some people just open the first page of their book and then forget it about the rest of the year. And that is something that is where our speaker, Mr. Amrut, is going to make a difference. He wants to make a difference. And that difference is what has brought all of us together. Next Level as a company, all of your distributors, and along with that, Amrut together. So here we announce this unique tie-up between a company that has a vision, that is Next Level, and all the visionaries who are also a part of that company, also a part of that movement to make difference. That is your distributor who has invited you to this particular session, and all of us have collaborated, and we have come together with a man on a mission to make India real. तो जैसे कि मैंने कहा कि काफी लोग स्टार्ट करते हैं 12 बुक्स अ ईयर से, then they get to 1 chapter a month, then they get to probably 1 page, and some people don't even see the second or third page of the book. And that is why I am going to introduce you to somebody who reads 1 book per day, and that translates to 365 books a year. Crazy, right? And as I already said, that he is on a wonderful, wonderful mission to make India read. अब इसी के साथ many people have heard these stereotypical things like जो किताबी लोग होते हैं वो किताब में ही रहते हैं, वो किसी दूसरे से बात नहीं करते, they don't speak to people, they are in their own little universe. And that is something that is not true, because the speaker that we have, he is a person who has given a talk on TED. He's a TED Talk speaker, and he's a very, very engaging person, because when you listen to him, friends, trust me, मैंने उनकी आवाज को सुना है, उनकी डिलीवरी को सुना है, and he has this wonderful app called the Booklet app, where he also has these very engaging voiceovers for people who are unable to read or who wish to hear him speak and explain the whole book in his own style. So he's a wonderful, wonderful speaker. He is an awardee of the Youth Icon 2020. And आप, हम और हमारे जैसे 40 लाख लोग इनके समरीज को, इनके बुक समरीज को रेगुलरली पढ़ते हैं, रेगुलरली सुनते हैं. तो इसी के साथ मैं आपको और 2 बढ़िया फैक्ट्स बताने वाला हूं. वो है कि on an average, people when they read books or they read any document, we might have a speed of average 200 to 250 words per minute. And probably some people have a little bit of a better average. They might be naturally gifted readers, but Amrut over here, he can read about 1200 words per minute. So that is something that's really crazy, and that is something that is really, really special, and that is how he's able to read 1 book a day. And usi ke saath, he is also the author of 7 Habits of Highly Effective Readers. And coming to habits, we are going to be discussing about a book called Atomic Habits by James Clear, and that is going to be the book that is going to be reviewed live today by Amrut, brought to you by your own distributor to add massive value in all of your lives. So without any further delay, kindly join me in welcoming our speaker for the day and for the rest of the year on every 4th Thursday in the live book reviews with none other than the very special Mr. Amrut Deshmukh. All over to you, and good to have you here, Amrut.
Wow, Ashish, what an enthusiastic introduction. And I hope I keep up your excitement and enthusiasm for next 30-40 minutes. Well, yeah, am I on the full screen now? Can everybody see me
Yes,
on the screen?
Clear.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, as the name suggests, Atomic Habits, one of my favorite authors, James Clear, and usually authors get their 3rd or 4th book hit as a bestseller on New York Times, but he's an exception. Probably this is his only 2nd book. The first book was he just wrote it, did not sell it. He gave it as an ebook for free on the internet. Was not a big hit, and the very 2nd book is a big hit. I have fallen in love with this author. I owe 80% of my success to James Clear, the author of the book Atomic Habits. And you'll come to know in next 30 minutes, because I'm going to share how I used his amazing ideas and implemented in my personal life, okay, in my fitness life, in my reading life, in my booklet life. And as the name suggests, Atomic Habits means atom. So atom happens to be the smallest particle of any matter. So the first idea goes like this. Suppose Ashish, I ask Ashish, suppose I happen to be the boss of Ashish. Hypothetically, you have to bear with me for next 5 minutes, Ashish. So I hope you don't mind. So I, as a boss of Ashish, I order him to make a PowerPoint of 25 slides. The first reaction in his mind, of course, he'll not express it exclusively in front of him because I'm his boss. So he will say, "Arey baap re, 25 slides." Yeah, that's the obvious reaction when we are entrusted with a huge, humongous tasks. Now our brain hates big tasks, projects, the huge achievements. Suppose I ask Bhavesh. Bhavesh is here. Bhavesh Mod. I ask him to do 100 push-ups, 200 pull-ups, 10 kilometers running and 1000 rope jumps. भावेश बोलेंगे एक मिनट ना मुझे कॉल आया है अर्जेंट बीवी बुला रही है मैं कल आता हूँ राइट और आई आस्क Bahadur Jang, who is also keenly watching me, say that you have to read this 300-pager book. So you see all these three examples which I gave are huge, humongous, and our brain hates big tasks, big projects. And the author says that our subconscious mind is like an innocent child. He doesn't understand the difference between small achievement and big achievement. He doesn't understand the difference between small failure and big failure. He only understands the difference between achievement and failure. And we have to take full advantage of this, of his innocence. I hope you all know what is a subconscious mind, which we don't know. It just happens in the background. It's even if we are asleep, it's he's alive. We only know our conscious mind, but 80% of the things are done by our unconscious, subconscious mind. Yeah. Even though if you don't accept it, this is the proven fact by science. And so what we have to do is we often rely on willpower. That I'll gather willpower and then I'll start my workout. Bhavesh will try to gather willpower. Okay, Amrut ne bola hai कि 1000 rope jumps मारना है. So we try to depend on willpower. Okay. Now this is one way. Of course, this is not a wrong way, but it is very difficult to gather willpower. Right. Another easier way is to break down that huge, humongous task into tiny, stupid-looking activity of not more than 2 minutes. Fool your subconscious mind that I don't have to read this 300-pager book. I just have to read 2 pages. Now, when I say, Bahadur ji, you have to read only 2 pages. The immediate reaction will be, Acha, 2 pages na, arre, abhi pad leta hu. Yeah. If I ask Ashish, you just have to make 1 slide. Arre, sir, 1 slide kya hai, abhi bana lunga. Yeah. Bhavesh, you have to do only 2 push-ups. And the immediate reaction is, abhi maar leta hu. Now you must be wondering, what is this magical number 2? No, it's not. The magic is not in the number 2. It's on any tiny, stupid-looking activity. Doesn't require any willpower. And hence, we will do it anyway. We will at least get started. Don't you wonder, from where do you get the willpower to like a post on Facebook, to forward a joke on WhatsApp, to watch a video on YouTube, to put a comment on Instagram on a wonderful post? Why do we all know these are all stupid, unproductive activities which are not going to take us even 1% to our main goals, but still we end up doing them. Why? Because they are so small, so stupid, they take less than 5 seconds, and hence they don't require willpower, and we do it anyway, even though we know they are useless. Are you getting my point? So one way is to gather willpower, which is okay, but not advisable. Second is to break down that activity to such a smallest possible form, and hence the name of the book, Atomic Habits. Atom size, right? 2 push-ups, 2 pages, 1 slide. Now what happens is when you get started, because you seem it's a stupid activity of 2 minutes, let me do it anyway. And when you get started, half the battle is won there, because the law of inertia comes in place. Because getting started is the biggest victory on inertia. You know what is inertia, right? हमने स्कूल में साइंस में पढ़ा था कि बड़ा पत्थर है, अगर वो स्टैग्नेंट है तो उसको हिलाना मुश्किल है, और वो अगर हिल रहा है, if it is in motion, तो उसको रोकना मुश्किल है. If you are awake, it is difficult to go to sleep, and if you are asleep, it is difficult to wake up in the morning, right? Because we love to be in the status quo, in the state which we already are. So breaking that inertia, उसके लिए बहुत अच्छा solution hai to make it a tiny, stupid looking activity, right? So I do this every day. So for me, it's not about going to the terrace and doing 100 pull-ups. For me, it is the first activity is wearing my track pant. Wearing my track pant requires zero efforts, hardly any effort, no willpower, and that is my ritual. That has become my ritual. कि track pant पहनने के बाद it is almost zero probability that I will not go to the terrace and do my workout. I'll not think about the workout. I'll think about the wearing the track pant. It could be anything. अगर yoga करना है, तो taking out the yoga mat is your gateway habit. I really want you to note this down. Gateway habit is a habit which doesn't require any willpower. By doing so, it leads you to the desired action. So always focus on that gateway habit, not on the main desired action. If you think of those heavy workouts, 300 pages books, 25 slides, you are bound to just prevent it, just keep away from it. And you will be inclined to do the easier tasks. Replying to emails. Replying to emails, we all are addicted to it. Why? Because it doesn't require any willpower. We are used to it. Our brain loves to do the things which we find it easy, repetitive, mundane. All right. So first big idea, I would like to repeat, our brain hates big, humongous tasks. Break them down into tiny, stupid looking activities of not more than 2 minutes. All right. uh, Next, amazing idea. I've read almost 500 books which say setting the goal. You have to have an end goal. Yes, bang on. There is nothing wrong in it. But the author slightly uses some different language. He says, don't have a result oriented goal, have a process oriented goal. I'll give you through some example. There is one guy, there are two guys, both want to lose weight. Okay. One guy sets a goal of losing 5 kg in next 3 months. Now the problem, this is a result oriented goal. His goal is based on results. कि 3 महीने के बाद I want to lose, I should be lighter by 5 kilograms. Now the problem here is that until he achieves that ultimate goal, he'll be suffering from pre-success failure. Because that result is in one point of time, अगला 3-4 महीने के लिए he's a failed person. He will be attaching his happiness to the ultimate goal. And so there are no reasons to celebrate because वो एक ही point है जहां पे celebrate करना है. And it's going to take time. Of course, he's not going to lose 5 kg in next 1 week, right? Instead of having a result-oriented goal, what author suggests is have a process-oriented goal. How about the second guy who also wants to lose 5 kg in next 5 months, 3 months? He decides to make a video of 1,000 rope jumps by the end of 3 months. Now, this is process-oriented goal. And as a byproduct, he is bound to lose weight. Amazing idea, right? So now hoga kya? He will be engaged in the process of improving his rope jumps, skipping ropes. In Marathi, we call it as Doricha Udya. So for the first day, he may not be able to do more than 50. He will make mistakes. No, it's so irritating when you go wrong when you are jumping on the rope, right? The next day he might do 52. The next day suddenly he might do 70. No, now these are reasons. So progress is the biggest motivation. When you don't see any progress, you are demotivated. And when you keep progressing, okay, आज मैंने 100 rope jumps मारा, कल मैंने 70 ही मारा था, अभी कल मुझे 110 मारना है. Now you are engaged in the process. You have started enjoying the process. And if you enjoy the process, your result will come as a byproduct, right? Or I can give you another example. A writer, a person who wants to write a book, and he keeps a result-oriented goal that in next 5 years, I should be selling 1 million copies of my book. And I'm a budding author. Now again, he'll be unhappy for next 5 years because he's going to achieve or not achieve his ultimate goal only at the end of 5th year. But how about writing 500 words every day and completing 1 chapter every week? Now that is process-oriented goal, right? He'll be engaged with that and you can celebrate these milestones. Okay, मैंने एक हफ्ते में एक चैप्टर लिख लिया. Let's celebrate. I have achieved part of my goal. So in other words, it is nothing but breaking down your bigger ultimate goal into small goals, which require lesser time zones, lesser time frame, smaller time frame. All right. Let's move on to the third big idea. See, great things take time to happen. Great things take time to happen. There is nothing called revolution. There is only evolution. Okay, there's a very funny statement made by Warren Buffett from investment point of view. So all guys are investors, so you must have read this. You can't have a baby in 1 month by making 9 women pregnant. Right? So mathematics doesn't appear कि 9 into 1 or 1 into 9. Mathematics में एक चीज है. But you can't have a baby in 1 month by making 9 women pregnant. Yeah. I hope you take this quote in the right way. So what the main message the author is trying to emphasize here, that we all fall prey to instant gratification syndrome. You know what is this instant gratification? जरा सा थोड़ा एफर्ट डाला और उसका बेनिफिट, उसका रिजल्ट तुरंत मिल गया. Okay, Bhavesh, I have a choice for you. Pav bhaji or green salad? Okay, you don't have to answer. Your smile speaks everything, and your cheeks are also speaking everything. Sorry for pulling your leg. But the message here is we are prone to fall prey to instant gratification. Yeah, पाव भाजी से क्या होगा? हमको पता है हमारे जो जीभ के जो जबान के चोचले will be satisfied. But we know in the long run, pav bhaji is going to be harmful for me. But green salad right now is not going to give me any pleasure, any thrill, but it is going to help me in the long run for my health. So it's always a choice between instant gratification or a delayed gratification. Always. सुबह 5:30 बजे जब मेरा अलार्म बजता है, इट्स ऑलवेज अ चॉइस कि चलो बाहर मस्त बारिश हो रही है, चद्दर ओढ़ के वो स्नूज कर देता हूँ और सो जाता हूँ 5 मिनट के लिए. और वो 5 मिनट के 1 घंटा कैसे होता है, वी ऑल एक्सपीरियंस दिस. या फिर आई पुश माई बट ऑफ द बेड एंड गो टू द टेरेस. यस, इट इज वेरी डिफिकल्ट. Every morning there is a tug of war between this bad mind and good mind. Should I snooze it and go back to sleep, or should I get up and go to the terrace? Every day there is a struggle. But then that time we have to make a choice of delayed gratification, that if I don't go to the terrace and do my 100 push-ups, 200 burpees, then somewhere I'll be reducing my life by 2 days probably, and I'll be reading less, 2 books less for the mission, and mission Make India Read will fail by 1%. Itna long term wo sochne ka, and then the good mind wins over the bad mind. ऐसा नहीं कि रोज I just get up off the bed. ये होता ही है. The bad mind will come and try to get over the good mind. At that point, you have to take a pause and think about the long term, and do not fall prey to the thrill of the moment, the momentary pleasure. Right? The more the pleasure I have, less the happier I will be. I repeat, more the pleasure I seek, less the happier I will be. Yeah. More the pain now, greater the leisure later. More the pain now, greater the leisure later. और later कब आएगा वो? Virtually कभी नहीं. You have to keep saying this till the last day of our life. Yeah. So, well, I'll just quickly revise all the 3 points that I discussed. Our brain hates humongous tasks, so break them down into tiny, stupid-looking activities. Second is have a process-oriented goal, not a result-oriented goal. I gave the example of losing weight and keeping the goal of having rope jumps. And third, great things take time to happen. So there is always a choice between instant gratification or delayed gratification. So Ashish, tell me, कपिल शर्मा का शो देखना है अभी या फिर रॉबिन शर्मा का बुक पढ़ना है? Both are Sharmas. Yeah. Yes, Kapil Sharma will make us laugh. No doubt. I love him as the best stand-up comedian. But that's a choice we have to make. It's all about the choices. And if your to-do list is filled up with 80% of the activities which give you delayed gratification, किसी का बाप आपको सक्सेस से रोक नहीं सकता. Just check out your to-do list. Check out the activities. Are they based on delayed gratification or instant gratification? Okay. So the fourth idea, very interesting, and that blew my mind. There are two guys who are trying to quit smoking. They are chain smokers, but they are fed up by their spouses, and they really want to quit smoking. And one fine day, he one guy who is trying to quit smoking meets another friend who offers a cigarette to him, and he says, "No, no, no, no! Please don't offer me. I'm trying to quit smoking." Good enough. The second guy, again in the same situation, okay, is offered a cigarette by his friend, and he says, "Don't offer a cigarette to me. I am a non-smoker." Now, prima facie, the message is the same in both the cases, but there is an immense difference. The second guy has already identified himself as a non-smoker, whereas the first guy is saying, I'm trying to quit smoking. So the second chapter of the book, the title itself is Identity. If you fake yourself, identify yourself as the desired person already, right? Then you start looking at the world differently, right? I actually declared myself as Booklet guy before I became Booklet guy in your minds. Yeah, I am the most voracious reader of India. I'm the fastest reader of India. I'm the person who looks at books differently. It's not the black ink and the white paper, but the big ideas. Those are the real books. Yeah, and not collecting the books in your bookshelf is not a sign of a good reader. Right? It's just a book collector. So I might change my identity first. That I'm a fitness freak guy. I don't say I go to the gym. I see I'm a fitness conscious guy. I identified myself. I changed my identity. When we say I'm a lazy guy, again, that's an identity in a negative way, right? So always, try to, identify yourself with the desired person. In fact, many times I fake myself. So when I was trying to speak for the first time, public speaking, I was very new. Mission Make India, it was at a very nascent state. I used to literally fake. No, the orators which I loved, like Narendra Modi, Sadhguru, Barack Obama, I literally used to assume that I am Barack Obama or I am Sadhguru, and I used to literally copy their speaking style, and that gave me the confidence. And then gradually, my own style came out. So that helped me to get started. So identity is very, very important. That's the second chapter in the book. So we have covered 4 ideas till now. Let's go to the fifth one. See, it's very natural to get fall prey to the glamorous things, big tasks, glamorous things, quick achievements. So suppose now, sorry, I'm again taking Ashish as part of my illustrations. Suppose Ashish is a hardcore meat eater, and then somehow he wants to switch to a vegetarian diet or become a vegan because he's convinced by veganism. So it's very natural to say, tomorrow onwards, I'm going to stop eating non-veg. Now it's very easy to say, but very hard to execute. Okay. Change takes time to happen. There is nothing called revolution. There is only evolution. Change has to be gradual. Right? Jyotiba Phule ने जब first time women education का प्रचार किया था, he was stoned by his neighbors. Can you imagine? लोगों ने उन पे पत्थर मारे थे. I can't believe this. But probably, अगर मैं उस जमाने में रहता in the 18th century, I would have been one of those people who would have stoned him as well. परिवर्तन के लिए time लगता है. Right? So, what we have to do is we have to phase out. Now, the example that the author gives is a little funny, but I would still share it. So if you want to switch from a hardcore meat eater to a vegan guy, don't just stop eating the non-veg food. He suggests that first I will eliminate the 4-leg animal, then I'll eliminate the 2-leg animal, then I will eliminate the without leg animal or fish, then I will quit eggs, then I will quit milk and milk products. So see, it's about phasing out so that again you are lost in the system. So this idea is again connected to the previous idea of system-based goals or process-oriented goals and not the result-oriented goals. Or can we think of any other example? So suppose you wake up at 8 o'clock normally, and you are feeling guilty. I should be waking up earlier at 5 o'clock, suppose, or 5:30. Now the natural instinct is from tomorrow onwards, I'm going to put an alarm of 5:30 and get up. But that doesn't work. Sudden changes, our body needs time to adapt. So literally put an alarm of 7:45 for tomorrow. If you wake up at 8 o'clock every day, 15 मिनट पहले क्या करो, आपकी बॉडी को समझेगा भी नहीं कि your change is happening. The next day, switch have the alarm of 7:30. The next day 7:15. उसके बाद 7 o'clock. ऐसे करते करते करते, no, you will reach your ultimate time of 5:30. Always phase out the change. I know it is not glamorous. It is not Instagrammable. But these things work. Okay. The sudden achievement, sudden overnight success, ये सब glamorous लगता है. There is nothing called overnight success. There are only overnight failures. Right. So always phase out. Even I when I started practicing intermittent fasting, okay, I did not immediately go to the ideal intermittent fasting window. So 16 hours is the ideal fasting and 8 hours eating window. So it was very difficult. हम लोग तो normally 12 घंटा हम सिर्फ खाते रहते हैं. So first I started fasting only for 12 hours, then 13 hours, then 14 hours. Now it has become a child's play for me to fast every day for 16 hours. And I eat only within those 8 hours eating window. It has become very easy for me. And the body ko samjha bhi nahi, because I kept it very, very gradual. All right. Till now, all well. Any doubts? Ashish, is everything going well? Yes?
Yes, it's going perfectly well. There is just one small request, since we have people from various parts. If you could use a little bit of English and Hindi mix.
All right. Good. Thanks for the feedback. ठीक है. एक बार मेरे एक दोस्त का फोन आया. He's a lawyer. इतना बड़ा पेट है उसका. And he said, Amrut, I saw your transformation. तूने मस्त 6-pack abs बनाए हैं. So even I won't have. Can I have 6-pack abs in next 6 months? I said, yes. हो सकता है. Why not? Anything is possible. So come to me. Let's start working out in the morning with me on the terrace. और फिर कुछ 1-2 दिन के बाद उसके घर में कुछ पूजा थी. सत्यनारायण की पूजा थी. तो my car broke down. So he came to my house to pick me up. तो मैं उसके बाइक पे बैठ के उसके बिल्डिंग के इधर चला गया. तो बिल्डिंग के नीचे उसने बाइक पार्क की. And he was about to call the elevator. लिफ्ट के लिए उसने बटन दबाया. तो मैंने बोला कि कौन से फ्लोर पे है? तो वो बोला 3rd फ्लोर. बोला चल ना स्टेयरकेस पकड़ते हैं ना. You said you want to have the transformation like me. तो एलिवेटर क्यों? And the answer he gave was exactly the message that the author is trying to give. कि क्या नहीं करना है. You know what he said? अरे ये सब स्टेयरकेस वगैरह छोटी-छोटी चीजें मेरे को मत बता. तू मुझे प्रॉपर रूटीन बता, डाइट प्लान बता, कौन सा प्रोटीन पाउडर खाना है, फिटनेस रेजिम कौन सा करना है, योगा करना है, स्विमिंग करना है, या वेट्स करना है, या कैलिस्थेनिक करना है. तू प्रॉपर बता मुझे, ऐसे छोटी चीजें मत बता. And that is the flawed way of looking at life, right? It all happens by those small things, by the compound effect. Of course, 3 माला चढ़ के कुछ होने वाला नहीं है तुरंत. But don't you think every day, if I avoid the elevator and take up the staircase, it is going to help in my fitness journey? Of course, it is going to help. But I can't correlate it. I can't say that because I don't choose the elevator and go by the staircase, I got my 6-pack abs. No, I can't claim this, right? But don't you think it has contributed some extent by burning at least 10 calories extra? क्योंकि एलिवेटर में तो कैलोरीज बर्न होने वाले हैं ही नहीं. Now these are again non-glamorous things. So no doubt compound effect is called as the 8th wonder. दुनिया का 8वां आविष्कार बोलते हैं कि is the compound effect. We all know you guys are investment advisors and experts in that. तो आपको तो पता है कि compound effect का क्या मैजिक होता है. Right? जितना जल्दी हम इन्वेस्टमेंट शुरू करेंगे और इंटरेस्ट मिलता है, और you can't even imagine कि उसका एंड रिजल्ट 10-20 साल के बाद कितना होता है. राइट. सो अगर आप कल सुबह उठ के 15 मिनट जॉगिंग करोगे, ऑफ कोर्स आपका बॉडी में शेप में कुछ फर्क नहीं होने वाला. आप घर पे आके जब शर्ट ऊपर करोगे तो वो चर्बी वैसे की वैसी रहेगी. राइट. अगर आप आज एक फैमिली साइज पिज्जा खाओगे, यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू बिकम ओवरवेट ओवरनाइट. वो भी नहीं होने वाला. सी आई एम गिविंग यू बोथ द एग्जांपल्स. एक अच्छा वाला एग्जांपल और एक negative examples. But if you keep jogging for 15 minutes every day, after 9, 10, 11 months, gradually your body will start getting in better shape. And if you keep eating a family size pizza every Saturday night, 10, 11, 12 महीने के बाद वो पेट बाहर आने वाला है. Nothing happens overnight. Whether it is good habit or bad habit, overnight नहीं होती. काफी लोगों को एक गलत फहमी है कि गलत आदतें जल्दी हमको लग जाती है. ऐसा भी नहीं है. सिगरेट की आदत भी ओवरनाइट नहीं होती है, उसको टाइम लगता है. राइट, अच्छी आदतें को भी टाइम लगता है. Habit always happens over a long period of time. All right. So next time, please avoid the elevator. and and you know what? So how the approach changes books पढ़ने से. तो जो जिस दोस्तों के घर के बिल्डिंग में लिफ्ट होती हुआ करते, तो मैं उनके पास जलता था, क्योंकि मेरे बिल्डिंग को लिफ्ट नहीं है. थोड़ा पुराना स्ट्रक्चर है, इसलिए लिफ्ट नहीं है. बट नाउ माय होल अप्रोच हैज चेंज्ड टुवर्ड्स लाइफ. नो, आई सी माय बिल्डिंग एज अ फ्री जिम, and I don't envy, I pity the friends who live in buildings of with elevator. See how change in perception is worth 80 IQ points. I repeat, change in perception is worth 80 IQ points. मेरा परसेप्शन चेंज हो गया, और अचानक से जिसका मुझे चिढ़ हो रही थी कि ये क्या मेरे बिल्डिंग को लिफ्ट क्यों नहीं है, अचानक आई फेल इन लव विथ माय बिल्डिंग विदाउट एलिवेटर. Okay, now the next, we often talk about positive thinking, negative thinking को दूर रखो, positive thinking करो, but we barely talk about positive actions and negative actions. Negative actions मतलब unproductive actions. मैं negative मतलब ये नहीं बोल रहा हूँ मर्डर और रेप. मैं छोटे छोटे चीजें जो बोल रहा हूँ कि सोशल मीडिया पे टाइम पास करना, 2-2 घंटा टीवी देखना, म्यूजिक सुनना. अगेन, म्यूजिक इज नॉट बैड, बट एक्सेसिव म्यूजिक is bad. Music has become the new smoking, is what the author says. Just because it is free on YouTube and कौन से वो apps है, I don't know, सारेगामा वगैरह, just because it is freely available and in unlimited supply, we just keep playing music एक के बाद एक. और ऑटो प्ले बटन तो है ही हमारा खून करने के लिए. Right? These guys are very smart to keep our eyeballs on their apps and websites. Right? तो ऑथर बोलता है कि पॉजिटिव एक्शन विल लीड यू टू मोर पॉजिटिव एक्शंस एंड नेगेटिव एक्शंस विल लीड यू टू मोर नेगेटिव एक्शंस. फॉर एग्जांपल, very very blunt example, a person who is down with 2 bottles of beer will never feel like having an apple after that. देखा आपने कभी, जब वो टुन हो जाता है ना, तो उसको चटपटा कुछ खाना है, चकना, ऑयली, फ्राइड, बटर चिकन ना, वो सब पोटैटो, फ्राइड पोटैटो, वो सब खाना रहता है. सो सी, a negative action will not lead to a positive action. Negative action will lead to a negative action. And other example could be कि एप्पल खाने के बाद मुझे चाय पीने का भी मन नहीं करता है. Why? A positive action will not lead to a negative action. A positive action will lead you to a positive action. In short, again, law of inertia comes in place. कि हमको we identify ourselves as a nice guy, a disciplined guy. So what he says is, the first activity that you should do in the morning is make your bed. आप बोलोगे कि ये make your bed मतलब उठने के बाद अपने पिलो को ठीक करना, चद्दर को फोल्ड करके रख देना, should be the first activity. अभी आप बोलोगे उसमें कौन सी बड़ी बात है, राइट? इसमें वो तो मैं बाद में भी कर सकता हूँ, बट दैट गिव्स अ सिग्नल टू योर सबकॉन्शियस माइंड बहुत सारे कि यू आर अ डिसिप्लिन्ड गाय, यू आर एन ऑर्गेनाइज्ड गाय, यू डू फर्स्ट थिंग्स फर्स्ट. इतने सारे मैसेजेस आपके सबकॉन्शियस माइंड में जाते हैं इफ यू मेक योर बेड एज द फर्स्ट एक्टिविटी ऑफ योर डे. फर्स्ट मतलब ऑफ कोर्स टॉयलेट में जाने के बाद, इफ इट इज अर्जेंट, यू हैव टू गो टू द टॉयलेट फर्स्ट एंड देन मेक योर बेड. So see what very good examples he gives, जो हमारे रोजमर्रा जिंदगी में हम सबके साथ होते हैं, बट हम उसको देखते नहीं. Now how I use that analogy of making your bed in other areas, कि सेम चीज मैंने मेरे डेस्कटॉप पे भी किया कि हमको एक गंदी आदत रहती है, when we download some file or a photo from the internet, तो फिलहाल डेस्कटॉप पे सेव करता हूँ. वो फिलहाल वर्ड इतना डेंजरस है ना, वो और फिर 10 दिन के बाद देखते हो पूरा डेस्कटॉप पे इतने आइकन्स होते हैं कि पीछे का वॉलपेपर दिखाई नहीं देता है. Yeah, so those who are, I think many people are honestly smiling. I think I'm speaking their heart and mind. When I'm not an exception, मैंने भी ये सब गलतियां की है until I got exposed to these wonderful books. तो हमको क्या करना है, उसी वक्त जहां जिस फोल्डर में जहां जाना चाहिए उसी में सेव करना है. थोड़ा सा उसको इरिटेशन रहता है, बट वी आर टेम्पटेड टू सेव इट ऑन द डेस्कटॉप. तो ऐसा नहीं करना है. सो सी कहाँ से कौन सा आइडिया मैंने कहाँ यूज किया देखो. When he says make your bed, what he's saying is identify yourself as an organized man, organized woman. Okay, that no, you do the right thing at the right time. You do first things first. Again, the desk. हमारे डेस्क में बहुत सारे पेपर्स, कागज, पेन बिखरे हुए हैं, ये सब है. I first thing what I do when I enter my office is clean my desk. Again, the message goes to my subconscious mind. I'm an organized guy. I'm a disciplined guy. Right? So make your bed से मैंने और दो चीजें उससे derive की. So you can also, this is how you zoom out from the examples that the authors give and look at the concept more holistically with a broader way and use it in other aspects of life which the author has not mentioned in the book. This is again part of my next book. I'm writing my next book called How to Implement What You Read. Yeah, it's still in process. It will be out in the month of November. So we spoke about positive actions and negative actions. Yeah. Next idea is very interesting. I use it on daily basis. Social accountability. See again, हम विल पावर पे बहुत रिलाई करते हैं. Don't rely on willpower, but we often ignore the motivational factors. What are motivational factors? I'll tell you. For one of them is social accountability. अभी मुझे पता है कि मुझे खुद पे डाउट है कि मैं कल सुबह 6 बजे ग्राउंड पे जाऊंगा क्या जॉगिंग के लिए. मस्त बारिश का सीजन है, मुझे पता है कि शायद मैं कल नहीं उठूंगा ना, मस्त कोजी लगता है चादर ओढ़ के. तो मैं एक ट्रिक खेलता हूँ. आई डोंट रिलाई ऑन माई विल पावर. मैं आज रात को सोने से पहले 5 दोस्तों को एसएमएस करता हूँ, व्हाट्सएप करता हूँ, सी यू टुमारो ऑन द ग्राउंड एट 6 o'clock. अब क्या होता है, अगर मैं कल नहीं गया पूरी जिंदगी मुझे गाली खानी पड़ेगी कि साले तू बोला और तू खुद नहीं आया. और 5 में से 3 लोग हाँ बोलेंगे. अगर वो नहीं आए कल, so they are going to face music from me for the rest of the life. So what happens is I show up out of respect and fear for my friends, and they show up out of fear for me. So we are social animals. We are not supposed to do things in isolation. Reading, exercise, even meditation. I try to gather friends of like-minded people. You are the product of your environment. You are the average of 5 people you meet every day. See, if you see a group of 5-6 friends, नुक्कड़ पे देखो, कहीं पे देखो, you rarely see कि 4 friends smoke कर रहे हैं और एक नहीं कर रहा है. ऐसा नहीं होगा. Very rare picture. या तो 5 smoke कर रहे हैं या 5 smoke नहीं कर रहे हैं. You are always the average of 5 people, your closest friends or whatever. So यहाँ पे मैं ऐसा करता हूँ and it works. So देख उनको इंस्पायर करने के चक्कर में मैं खुद एक्चुअली I draw inspiration. This is called social accountability. Another very good example of social accountability. When I was writing my first book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Readers, I was procrastinating like hell. Only the title was ready. और 6 महीने तक मैंने एक शब्द नहीं लिखा था बुक के लिए. करूंगा 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 करूंगा. एक दिन मैंने ये आइडिया मेरे को समझी एटॉमिक हैबिट से, और मैंने क्या किया, फेसबुक पे डाल दिया, इंस्टाग्राम पे डाल दिया, माई बुक इज कमिंग आउट इन नेक्स्ट 1.5 months. डू यू वांट टू प्री बुक? माई प्राइस इज रुपीज जो भी 250 285 ऐसा मैंने लिखा. पैसे आने लगे. अभी जो मेरी फट गई. नाउ दैट पीपल आर ट्रस्टिंग. And you know what? In those next 2.5 months, I got maximum invitations across the world to deliver speeches and TED Talks. I was in Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Bahrain, Qatar. 80% of the book I wrote on flights, at airports, at railway stations, in hotel rooms. क्यों? क्योंकि अभी इज्जत दाव पे है. अगर बुक टाइम पे नहीं लॉन्च हुआ तो लोग हंसेंगे. तो अपनी इज्जत बचाने के लिए हम किसी भी हद तक जाते हैं. तो अपनी इज्जत को दाव पे लगाओ. मेक योरसेल्फ सोशली accountable, or at least have a accountability partner. अगर आपको सोशल मीडिया पे आपकी इज्जत को दाव पे नहीं लगाना है, डर लग रहा है, तो एटलीस्ट हैव अ अकाउंटेबिलिटी पार्टनर. अकेले मत करो कुछ. अकेले करोगे तो ज्यादा दिन नहीं टिकता. मेरा तो क्लियर एक्सपीरियंस है. नो, वेदर इट इज वर्किंग आउट, नो अदर थिंग्स, मेडिटेशन, अकेले नहीं होता है ज्यादा. Okay. Social accountability is a big idea, and I live it every day. All right. काफी लोग बोलते हैं कि मैं ना ऑफिस में अलग रहता हूँ और घर में अलग पर्सन हूँ. ऑफिस में तो मैं सब ठीक ठाक अच्छा काम करता हूँ. मैंने काफी लोग देखे कि ऑफिस में एकदम चकाचक कपड़े रहते हैं, इस्त्री किए हुए, क्लीन शेव्ड, ऑफिस सब अच्छा रहता है, और घर पे एकदम अनऑर्गेनाइज, इनडिसिप्लिन. What the author says is, life is one integral whole. You can't be right in one area of life while being wrong in another area of life. ऐसा नहीं होता है. Life is one integral whole. We always see this social life, business life, personal life. अरे कोई अलग अलग लाइफ नहीं है, लाइफ एक ही है. हम एक ही इंसान है. हमारी फितरत सब जगह दिखती है. सो अगर आपका बेडरूम मेसी है तो वो कहीं ना कहीं आपके ऑफिस में दिखेगा. कितना लाख आप प्रिटेंड करना कोशिश करो कि यू आर अ वेरी ऑर्गेनाइज्ड गाय. ओके, सो वेरी बिग आइडिया दैट लाइफ इज वन इंटीग्रल होल. यू कांट बी राइट इन वन एरिया ऑफ लाइफ व्हाइल बीइंग रॉन्ग इन अनदर. एक अच्छा एग्जांपल दिया है उन्होंने कि अ सीईओ ऑफ अ कंपनी हु इज चीटिंग ऑन हिज वाइफ एट होम will also not be sought as a good leader in office. वो दिख जाएगा उसका कैरेक्टर. अगर उसके बीवी के साथ अगर वो गद्दारी कर रहा है तो वो ऑफिस में भी हो सकता है. वो लोगों को बराबर समझ में आता है. राइट. वेरी blunt and serious example. All right. I think I've discussed in length many ideas which I fell in love with and I'm living. अभी अगर आपके कुछ questions रहेंगे तो I will be happy to answer related to whatever we discussed.
All right. So I would just request all the participants to post their questions either in the YouTube chat, and all those distributors and friends who are joined in the Zoom, you can paste it in the Zoom chat as well. And I'll be picking up some questions from there and relaying it to Amrut.
Sure.
Okay. So usually things that start with pro are said कि अच्छा है, pro मतलब अच्छा है, but there is one dreaded word called procrastination, and Mr. Hegde from Mangalore is asking.
आशीष, एक काम करते हैं हम लोग, जिनको क्वेश्चन पूछना है उनको भी स्क्रीन पे लेके आते हैं. गिव देम चांस टू रेज द हैंड और स्क्रीन पे लेके आओ और पूछने दो.
Alright, sure, no problem. So friends, in case किसी को स्क्रीन पे आना है तो आप हैंड रेज भी कर सकते हैं. आई अंडरस्टैंड इफ समबडी इज थोड़ा सा apprehensive. Okay, great. We have Mr. Abhijat Chandra Tiwari. I'll just unmute him quickly.
Yeah. Hi, Abhijat.
Hi.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Tell me.
My first question as a student will be how to manage time and get out of academic pressure.
Okay. Good. I've read more than 25 books on time management, and I've learned that there is nothing called time management. There is nothing called time management. You can't manage time. You can manage attention. There is only attention management. So how much attention you put in a task will decide the value of your time. अगर आप एक्सेल शीट पे कुछ काम कर रहे हो और बाजू पे यूट्यूब का नूरा फतेही का वीडियो चल रहा है, डांस वीडियो,
then it comes to your multitasking is dangerous.
Exactly. Yes. So it's all about focus and attention management and not time management. टाइम हमारे हाथ में नहीं है. हमारे हाथ में क्या है कि हम एक चीज को कितने फोकस से काम करते हैं विदाउट गेटिंग डिस्ट्रैक्टेड. सो फोकसिंग ऑन वन थिंग and ignoring the rest is the superpower of the 21st century. It's not an exaggeration. It's not easy to block yourself for 30 minutes on one high value task. इतना easy नहीं है. कितने सारे टिंग टुंग पांग बजते रहते हैं मोबाइल पे, घंटी बजती है, लोग आते हैं. So you have to go in hibernation. Okay. So the more I lock myself inside the room and work hard, the louder the people will talk about my work once I step out of the room. When I say room, you can use it as offline mode and online mode. आजकल क्या हो रहा है कि काम के चक्कर में, मतलब काम बाजू पे रह रहे हैं और सोशल मीडिया पे ज्यादा हो रहा है. सोशल मीडिया इज नॉट योर काम. सोशल मीडिया इज टू सपोर्ट योर वर्क, नॉट टू रिप्लेस योर वर्क. Your work is your real work. Suppose reading books and summarizing is my real work, right? So 80% should be that real work and 20% I should post it on social media so that people take notice of my work. हो रहा है उल्टा. People are only talking and promoting their work and not working. And they are assuming that social media is work. They are thinking that distraction has become their work. No, it is still a distraction. And work is different, right? तो मैं तो बोलता हूँ कि one way to deal with distraction is to disable all the notifications of your communication apps. Trust me, आप बोलोगे छोटी सी चीज है, it will be your life changer. I promise. Your life changer. Okay, it's not about the how much time you spend on WhatsApp. It is the timing. It is the timing कि अगर आशीष एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट काम पे काम कर रहा है और उसको अगर टिंग बजा and he keeps away the task and replies to that message, then he's giving his control to that person because the other person has messaged as per his convenience. He has no idea how busy or how free Ashish is. Right? Karna kya humko? Yes, I will reply, but when I take a break. For that, I have to disable notification so that even if the message is received on WhatsApp, I don't come to know. I keep focusing on the high value task. And then when I take a break, I will reply. I will reply when I want, not when he wants. So the problem is not with WhatsApp. The problem is with that timing. Multitasking नहीं करना है. थोड़ा काम किया, थोड़ा WhatsApp पे किया, थोड़ा काम किया, थोड़ा YouTube देखा, थोड़ा काम किया, थोड़ा email check किया. यही सब हो रहा है. Shallow. And at the end of the day, we are never satisfied. अरे मैं इतना काम किया, फिर भी you get that sense of dissatisfaction. Yeah. एक ही काम करो. The One Thing is a very good book. I would suggest The One Thing. It talks about multitasking.
I read the summary. I have listened to the summary, I must say.
Very good. Good. Thank you, Avijat, for asking this question. Can you take next? Yeah. Hitesh Tiwari.
Yes. So I'll just quickly unmute him.
Yeah, Hitesh, you can talk.
I am audible.
Yes, very much.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, thank you so much because I have already get benefit from lot of your ideas, and from last, I think from 1.5 years, all my notifications except only message are muted on my mobile.
Very good.
So I am living up. And I also want to tell you that I was one of the winner of your contest, which you have started that to summarize a book in 1 minute.
Wow, congrats. Yes, I remember you.
I don't know, like you remember me or not on that.
Yes.
And
continue.
your book only,
yeah.
if you remember.
Yes, I do. Very well.
Yeah. So my question is actually I miss out the first idea which you discussed. That's all I want to, the very first idea.
Yeah, I think you must have heard about it. It's about in other videos. Our brain hates huge, humongous tasks, big projects. So break them down into tiny, stupid looking activities of not more than 2-3 minutes so that you don't require willpower to get started. Like
so for example, like I already written 100+ thoughts of mine and I have shared few of them with you also, which you have appreciated a couple of months back. So the thing is that now मेरे पास एक प्रॉब्लम आती है कि यार फॉर एग्जांपल पहला मेरा मतलब गोल था कि चलो 50 ले दूंगा तो उसको पब्लिश कर दूंगा ई बुक जब कुछ भी करके, और अगर ई बुक अच्छी चलेगी तो आई विल लॉन्च फिजिकल बुक आल्सो. फिर मैंने कहा नहीं 50 इज नॉट अ गुड नंबर, 100 होने देते हैं. अभी आई गॉट दैट 100 थॉट्स आल्सो 100+ एंड स्टिल आई गेट के आगे 150 करूं या 115 करूं के कर दूं पब्लिश. सो हाउ टू ओवरकम लाइक दिस?
या आई थिंक आई सजेस्ट अ बुक कॉल्ड शो योर वर्क. कि वो परफेक्शन के चक्कर में हम उसको एग्जीक्यूट नहीं करते, राइट? मोर के चक्कर में. तो शो योर वर्क विल हेल्प यू टू चेंज योर माइंडसेट, एंड व्हेन डन इज बेटर देन परफेक्ट. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Right. So I think there is always a chance to improve, to edit. तो कर देना. और one to many situation रहता है ना कि मैं बुक कर रहा हूँ, अभी पूरी दुनिया वो देखने वाली है, वो निकाल दो दिमाग से. There is always audience of one. At a time एक ही इंसान आपको देखने वाला है, आपको पढ़ने वाला है. राइट? तो
अमरुत जी, वन मोर रिक्वेस्ट फ्रॉम माय साइड, क्योंकि बहुत सारे इन्वेस्टर भी आपको सुन रहे हैं यूट्यूब के ऊपर,
हाँ,
तो इस बुक का कनेक्शन एक इन्वेस्टर साइकोलॉजी के हिसाब से हम क्या कर सकते हैं,
यस,
या उसके ऊपर आप अगर 2-4 मिनट बात करें तो इट्स विल बी मोर बेनिफिशियल टू ऑल द
Show my book.
Yes.
This
Yes.
book is like author name. Show my work. You suggested.
So I don't recollect. I don't recollect the author name. Sorry, but it's
Show my work.
famous. Show
Right?
show your work. Show your
Show
work.
your work.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank
Yeah. So as you requested, the principles of atomic habits, of course, can be used in investment fraternity, where हमको लगता है कि सपोज 100 रुपया, अभी मैंने मेरा इनकम बहुत कम है, सपोज महीने का मैं 10,000 कमा रहा हूँ, और उसमें से मुझे 100 रुपया इन्वेस्ट करना है, तो 100 रुपये में क्या होने वाला है? नहीं, बहुत कुछ हो सकता है. ऑफकोर्स अभी वो 100 रुपया लुक्स ट्रिवियल एंड पीनट्स, बट सेविंग समथिंग इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट देन सेविंग नथिंग, राइट? वो 100 रुपया को कंपाउंड होके 10-20 साल के बाद बहुत बड़ा अमाउंट होने वाला है. दैट वी ऑल नो द पावर ऑफ कंपाउंड इफेक्ट, राइट? सो आई थिंक दीज आर द थिंग्स. फर्स्ट थिंग्स फर्स्ट, जो था कि मेक योर बेड वाला एग्जाम्पल, तो बहुत बार हम जब काम करते हैं तो वी एंड अप डूइंग थिंग्स which are easy to do and not which must be done. तो वो भी एक बिहेवियर यहाँ पे हम सीख सकते हैं एज एन इन्वेस्टर, कि अनकंफर्टेबल काम को पहले करना है. ईट दैट फ्रॉग, मतलब फाइंड आउट द अगलीस्ट uncomfortable activity on your to-do list and do that as the first activity, and you'll never have an unproductive day. Right? So for मेरे लिए फॉर एग्जाम्पल एक्सरसाइज हो सकता है, क्योंकि आई हेट टू डू एक्सरसाइज, और किसको वो मसल्स को पेन देना अच्छा लगता है. I think it is up to you how to use these principles creatively in your own businesses. That's what I do. Okay. This is what we call reading between the lines, or zooming out from the ideas and using them in other facets of life. Yeah. This is very, very important. When you read a book and you turn the last page of the book, that is not the end. That is the beginning of the journey. Varna, the book is dead on the bookshelf. Right? So yeah, Vikas, you're right. The author has also given many examples which can be used in other areas of life. He had used more examples from health point of view, because he's a health freak guy. Yeah, so I think I've answered your question. Yeah, I think Madhukar Mukherjee बहुत उत्सुक है पूछने के लिए. So Madhukar जी, आप बोलिएगा.
धन्यवाद.
नमस्कार.
अमृत जी, सबसे पहले तो मैं आपका बहुत हृदय से आभार व्यक्त करता हूँ कि ये जो छोटी सी किताब आपने लिखी है ना, इसने बहुत सारे लोगों के जिंदगी के अंदर ट्रांसफॉर्म किया है, और मेरी लाइफ को तो बहुत जबरदस्त किया है.
थैंक यू.
मैं 2 साल पहले बिल्कुल नहीं पढ़ता था साहब, सही बताऊं तो. मुझे क्या लगता था कि मुझे सब आता है, बिजनेस कर रहा हूँ, धंधा कर रहा हूँ, काम बढ़िया चल रहा है, मुझे सब आता है, मुझसे बढ़िया और कोई किसी को कुछ सोचने पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं. फिर जब आपका ये थोड़ा सा देखा तो एक बार जचा और खूब सारी किताबें इकट्ठी करके रख ली पीछे, चलो ये भी पढ़ूंगा, ये भी पढ़ूंगा. लेकिन कैसे पढ़नी है ये नहीं पता था. जब से आपकी ये छोटी सी किताब, मैं कोई सेमिनार में गया था जोधपुर में, आपके साथ मित्र होंगे सुरेश जी राठी, और उन्होंने ये प्रिंट करके मेरे को, वो जो किसी मीटिंग में जाते हैं ना तब गिफ्ट करते हैं, ऐसे ये किताब मेरे को दी. फिर जब ये पढ़ी ना, तब मेरे को समझ में आया कि किताबें कैसे पढ़नी है, क्या करना है. और इसका इतना अच्छा इम्पैक्ट रहा अमृत जी, मैं आपको बताना चाहूंगा कि एक वर्ड आपने अभी काम में लिया ना, कि आपकी बुक सेल्फ में मृत पड़ी पुस्तकों में जान डाल दें. तो मैंने भी यहाँ छोटे से टाउन के अंदर प्रयास किया है. एक छोटी सी डायरी रख ली. लोग पूछते हैं भाई साहब किताबें पढ़ी हैं, क्या बेचते हैं? मैंने कहा नहीं भाई, मेरी पर्सनल लाइब्रेरी, बट अगर आपको इंटरेस्ट है तो आप मेरे से किताब ले जा सकते हैं. तो मैं उसका नाम और वो लिख लेता हूँ. और एक शर्त जो आपने कही थी ना कि भाई आपको ये किताब का टाइम बाउंड करना है कि कितने दिनों में मुझे वापस दोगे, और जब किताब वापस दोगे तो मुझे इसकी समरी बताओगे. मैं क्वेश्चन पूछूंगा कि इसमें से आपने क्या पढ़ा.
वेरी गुड.
तो लोग ले जा रहे हैं, मुझे भी अच्छा लग रहा है कि ये बेसिक जो अटकता है ना लोग कि भाई मैं तो एक किताब पूरी पढ़ूंगा, ये जो माइंडसेट थे इसमें काफी फर्क आ गया था. अब जब भी दिल करे ना, ऐसे कोई भी किताब निकालो और कोई भी पेज फ्लिप करके पढ़ लो,
रैंडम,
वो आपकी लाइफ बदल गया. वो आपका जो सेंटेंस है ना, इतना जबरदस्त है साहब कि एक किताब आपकी जिंदगी नहीं बदलती, कोई एक पैराग्राफ, एक लाइन आपकी लाइफ को बदल सकती है.
बिल्कुल.
तो मैं आपका हृदय से आभार व्यक्त करना चाहता हूँ सभी लोगों के
so
साथ.
much for your kind and encouraging words.
थैंक यू. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mukhaji. Thank you. Yes.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद मुखा जी. And now we have Mr. योगेश चिंचोली. तो मैं उनको अनम्यूट करता
Yes,
हूँ.
Yogesh.
हॅलो.
Yes, Yogesh.
येस
Tell me.
अमृत, सर्वप्रथम आज ज्या पद्धतीने ॲटॉमिक हॅबिट्सवर प्रकाश टाकला त्या बाबतीत सर्वप्रथम अभिनंदन.
Thank you.
So Amrut, actually my question here is it comes with the concern as well as a solution for that. So we always say that so doing one thing is always better rather than multitasking. But sometimes there is a situation you have to be a multitasker. So based on your experience and based on your the understanding, so how would you suggest us or how would you ask us to become a multitasker when times require?
Agreed. Let us first understand what is multitasking. There is a book called The Myth of Multitasking. What we think is multitasking is actually task switching. It's not multitasking, task switching. मतलब क्या? Actually जब मैं ड्राइव भी कर रहा हूँ ना, I know ड्राइविंग करते वक्त म्यूजिक सुनना कुछ गलत नहीं है, I know, right? But actually when I'm driving at a speed of say 100 kilometers per hour, I'm actually not listening to the music. And when I shift my focus to music, I'm not actually focusing on driving. Driving happens at a mechanical level, at the subconscious level, because I've been driving for many years, right? तो वो switch tasking है. अभी होता क्या है इसमें, सपोज एक आपके घर के जो सीलिंग फैन है, ठीक है, उसको 1 घंटे में आप 5-5 मिनट पे ऑन करो और ऑफ करो 5-5 मिनट में, और दूसरा सिनेरियो में ऑन करके 1 घंटा चालू रखो. कौन से केस में बिल ज्यादा आएगा? पहले केस में, बिकॉज व्हेन यू स्विच ऑन इट टेक्स द पावर टू इंक्रीज द स्पीड, व्हेन यू स्विच ऑफ अगेन द पावर गॉन, अगेन यू स्विच ऑन, इट अगेन हैज टू पिक अप द स्पीड. उस चक्कर में बिल ज्यादा आएगा. एग्जैक्टली वही होता है व्हेन यू स्विच योर फोकस फ्रॉम टास्क 1 टू टास्क 2. You are paying a huge penalty. And when you realign your mind from task 2 to task 1, almost half of the energy goes to realign, to recalibrate your mind. वो इतना फास्ट होता है और इतना सबकॉन्शियस लेवल पे आपको समझता नहीं. हमको लगता है कि हम दोनों काम एक साथ कर रहे हैं, पर नहीं हो रहा है वैसे. It is switch tasking. There is nothing called multitasking. All right. So वहां पे हमको if अगर आप कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट काम कर रहे हो और अचानक बॉस बोलता है कि नहीं आपको ये करना है, तो you have to ask your boss कि which work has to be done first. What is the priority? Every boss would love to hear this from his subordinate कि which work or activity has to be done first. I know everything is important, but now what should be prioritized first? So prioritizing your work is more important than working. सिर्फ काम नहीं करना है हमको, कौन सा काम पहले करना है और कौन सा काम क्रिएटिवली प्रोक्रास्टिनेट करना है. There is a wonderful phrase called creative procrastination. Not all procrastination is bad.
Right.
You have to procrastinate some tasks so that you can focus on the most prioritized task.
Okay, so prioritizing task is
Prioritizing is important, yeah, and that will take care of your so-called multitasking.
ओके, म्हणजे अल्टिमेटली सगळे प्रॉब्लेम्स त्याच्यातून सॉल्व्ह होतील आणि
Yes.
कामही पूर्ण होईल.
Yes. I will recommend the book, The Myth of Multitasking. Needless to
Okay.
mention, I have summarized in Booklet app.
Sure. Thanks. Thanks, Amrut. And
Yeah, before we take the next question, that reminds me one idea. So, see, becoming an author of a book again is a huge, difficult task. I know it is very difficult, but authors are looked at with lot of respect. अगर आपका कोई आपकी किताब इस दुनिया में छपी हुई है, it's come into existence, people look at it to a very different lens. You know, you gain a lot of respect in the eyes of people. So I can help you in this. I can mitigate your work. So I have come out with an idea where I read these awesome books and I have developed this skill of extracting those great ideas which are discussed in our last 30-40 minutes. No, I can give such ideas to you as it is picked up from the book, which are complete stories in themselves. You can select your favorite ideas. And suppose Ashish loves this idea and he can print his own book like Ashish's favorite ideas from 50 books. और जब लोगों ने ये सब 500 कॉपीज 1000 कॉपीज मेरे से लिए, I saw tears of joy in them when they gifted it to their parents, when they gifted it to their friends. you can use it as your identity. These are the ideas that I stand for. These are my values. So it is more than a visiting card. No CEOs ho ya jo bhi aapke log aap kaam kar rahe ho, you can give to your colleagues, to your bosses, that this is my book. Yeah, of course we have to be honest. We have to give credit to all the authors जिससे हमने idea लिए हैं. We are not going to copyright it anymore. What is important is कि at least हमारे एक career में हमने we get the satisfaction कि हाँ मैंने एक book लिखी है. Right. So if you are interested, please get in touch with me. My email ID is bookletguy@gmail.com, and I'll guide you how to get your book published within 10 days.
Yeah, Amrut ji, one more request from my side again. बुकलेट गाई ऐप के बारे में थोड़ा सा बता दीजिए, क्योंकि यूट्यूब पे भी लोग आपको सुन रहे हैं
जी.
तो और हमारा जो कोड है नेक्स्ट लेवल, उसको भी जरा अनाउंस कर दीजिए, तो नेक्स्ट लेवल के थ्रू कितने लोगों ने डाउनलोड किया हमें भी पता चलता है.
Sure, Vikas. So Booklet app is available on Play Store and Apple Store. मैं जो I read one book a day, as Ashish said in my introduction. और कुछ लोगों को लगता है कि उनको टाइम नहीं है बुक पढ़ने को. लगता है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. उनको लगता है कि सब अंबानी के औलाद है और टाइम नहीं है पढ़ने को. तो ठीक है, मैं आपकी मदद थोड़ा हल्का कर दूंगा. So I read these fat books, Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, चाणक्य नीति, How to Win Friends, Atomic Habits. उसके 20 मिनट समरीज बनाता हूँ, टेक्स्ट और ऑडियो में, मेरी आवाज में उसको रिकॉर्ड करता हूँ ताकि आपको पढ़ना नहीं हो तो आप सुनो. And I give it for free to all the brothers and sisters of my country through this free mobile app called Booklet. और इसलिए लोग मुझे प्यार से बुकलेट गाय के नाम से जानते हैं. गाय मतलब इंग्लिश वाला गाय. और 40 लाख लोग मेरे से जुड़े हुए हैं एज पार्ट ऑफ द मिशन मेक इंडिया रीड. बुक समरीज पसंद आती है तो वो बुक पढ़ते हैं खरीद के, टू डिग डीपर इनटू द इनसाइट्स. तो होता क्या है, 10 समरीज पढ़ लिए विकास ने, उसमें से 2 समरीज ऐसे है जो आपके फेवरेट एरिया ऑफ इंटरेस्ट या बिजनेस रिलेटेड है, तो आप जाके बुक खरीदोगे टू लर्न मोर फ्रॉम द ऑथर. सो दिस इज हाउ पीपल यूज समरीज टू फिल्टर आउट like a teaser of a movie, right? So this is my mission. The purpose of my life is to cultivate reading habit amongst the youth of India, and it is my dream that one day India will be known as a nation of readers on the world map. I don't know whether I'll be live or alive for that day, but I'll make it happen. It's a long term plan, and I've already planned my funeral. At my funeral, people should say that this was the guy because of whom today the youth of India started reading.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So next
Next
we have
question.
Mr. Shashank. I'll quickly unmute him. And friends, we will now move towards the last question of the day.
Sure.
So,
Sir, one thing. Actually, I knew that, say, in a classical music means mainly instrumental. In a low voice, if it is played in a very low voice, then the work ability increases. Is
Agreed.
it?
Yeah, very sensitive question, Shashank. Yes, if the music doesn't have lyrics or it's a lyrical music, मतलब suppose मेरा जूता है जापानी का, आपने इंस्ट्रूमेंटल म्यूजिक चलाया तो हमको पता है उसके वर्ड्स, तो हम वर्ड्स गुनगुन गाएंगे. And again, it is a distraction, it is multitasking. But if it is only white music, like you said, classical music which has no lyrics and which has no words in it, then it is okay. That is called as white music. In fact, white music is used to increase your focus and concentration so that it reduces the other distractions. So yes, you are absolutely right. That one type of music is helps us to focus. But गाने, Bollywood के गाने बजाना, no, वो सब are all distractive क्योंकि वो focus बिगड़ जाता है अपना. I agree with you.
तो फ्रेंड्स, जब भी आप एक बुक डाउनलोड करोगे बुकलेट गाई ऐप से, वहाँ पे एक कोड आपको पूछा जाएगा, एंड कोड विल बी नेक्स्ट लेवल.
Yes.
NEXTLEVEL. नेक्स्ट लेवल इज अ कोड. उसके बिना आप ऐप को यूज नहीं कर पाओगे या डाउनलोड नहीं कर पाओगे. तो कोड आपको ध्यान में रखना है. आप यूट्यूब पे सुन रहे हो या जूम पे हमें सुन रहे हैं, बुकलेट गाइड से एप्लीकेशन डाउनलोड करना है. एंड्रॉइड पे अवेलेबल है प्ले स्टोर से, और कोड इज नेक्स्ट लेवल. नेक्स्ट लेवल कोड आपको
की मांगेगा. गेट शुड बी क्लोज्ड विद अ ह्यूज रेड कलर लॉक, एंड दैट की इज नेक्स्ट लेवल.
या.
all right. Move on to our final question from Mr. Bal Sachin Gupta. So, Bal Sachin ji, please carry on.
Hi, Amrut. Sorry, I am driving, so I can't open my book right now.
Okay. Please drive safe. Yeah.
I have a small question. See, as you rightly said, there are a lot of distractions during our day routines. जितने notifications आते हैं इसमें आते हैं, we can't concentrate on a single task in a one go. But क्या होता है जब हम इन notifications को जैसे आपने कहा बंद कर देते हैं, so I have summarized my notifications for the evening. But होता क्या शाम तक आते आते इतने सारे WhatsApp मैसेजेस, इतने सारे टेलीग्राम पोस्ट, फेसबुक पोस्ट हो जाते हैं कि ब्रेन फिर कहता है इतना हैवी टास्क ना करो और वो सब वो छोड़ता है. फिर मन नहीं करता सारे टास्क को एक एक नोटिफिकेशन को ऑन करके वापस से वो मैसेजेस हटाने के लिए. सो ये एक बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम बन जाता है. इसको कैसे सॉल्व किया जाए?
Tell me one person in this world who owes his success to replying on WhatsApp and replying on emails. जाके बिल गेट्स को पूछो, जाके जेफ बेजोस को पूछो, जाके नरेंद्र मोदी को पूछो. Does anyone owe his or her success to replying emails, to replying WhatsApp? How can this become so important? In fact, 99% messages on WhatsApp are crap, useless. We should use WhatsApp only for those. अच्छा तू किधर खड़ा है, दोस्त को मिलने जाते हैं, तू किधर खड़ा है, मैं इधर खड़ा हूँ, लोकेशन भेजो. No, these are the things. ये forwarded messages, quotes, jokes, videos, ये सब चुराए हुए रहते हैं. It's all shallow, taken from some book, not which are deeply rooted in a book. वो वहां से उठाते हैं और दे देते हैं. So I think it is not necessary to check all the messages. I have done this for last 1 year and trust me, I have very good friends in my life. और जो फ्रेंड बोलता है कि तूने मुझे रिप्लाई क्यों नहीं दिया 4 घंटे से और वो गुस्सा कर रहा है, he doesn't deserve to be your friend. अगर आपकी फ्रेंडशिप की बुनियाद एक व्हाट्सएप रिप्लाई पे है तो sorry, I don't want such friends in my life.
But it is not about only personal life. In our industry also, maximum communications are happening on WhatsApp, whether it is next level, whether it is next network, mutual fund companies, and everyone is doing the communication on WhatsApp, or software companies.
Agreed.
It has a mandate to see the WhatsApp, either to reply or to schedule our appointments or meetings according to the events. तो वो तो देखना ही पड़ता है. ऐसा नहीं कि friends we can ignore, group messages we can ignore, but these things we can't ignore.
Agreed. I come to your point. So there is a wonderful book called The 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss. What he suggests for emails can be used for WhatsApp. What he does is you message to everybody or put it on your status that see he's showing the book.
I have read this book.
Yeah. तो जो email के लिए उसने idea किया है, you can say that I will check my WhatsApp only 3 times a day, 12 o'clock, 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock. ऐसा कुछ आप लिख के रखो आपके जो प्रोफाइल स्टेटस पे, so that people will come to know. People will not feel offended, trust me. Right? And then stick to it and reply to during those days so that other hours are free to focus on other high value tasks.
That's great. Thank
Right.
you. Although I have read the book, but I haven't considered it for WhatsApp yet. Thank you.
Welcome Bal Sachin.
All right. So the book that he spoke about right now was the 4-hour work week. And you can also get it on the Booklet app. So friends, with that, we come to an end for this wonderful, wonderful session. All the people that are here in the Zoom and also the multiple people who are there on the YouTube live. I'm sure आपको बहुत 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 value मिला होगा. And there's a question from Chintan, how to buy your books. Sir, these books are available to you on the Booklet app for free. It is जैसे हम कहते हैं कि विद्यादान महादान, वैसे ही this is knowledge that is Amrut's giving to all of you. It is his ultimate gift to everybody. So go download the Booklet app on the App Store on iOS and on the Play Store on Android. Use the key code next level and then open the key. वो जो ताला है उसे खोल दीजिए और move on to the next level अपनी सफलता की ओर. And उसी के साथ over here at next level we always talk about discovering your better version, becoming the better version of ourselves. And आपके जो distributors हैं जिन्होंने आपको यहाँ पे invite किया है, वो भी यही चाहते हैं कि आप लोग भी अपने बेटर वर्जन की ओर बढ़े. और इसी के साथ यहाँ पे मैं अमृत ने हमें जो 4-5 चीजें आज बढ़िया तरीके से सिखाई है, समझाई है, वो आप सभी के सामने दोहराने जा रहा हूं. तो सबसे पहले बड़ी बड़ी चीजों से दूर हटो. ब्रेक योर बिग टास्क इनटू स्मॉलर टास्क एंड छोटा छोटा करते जाओ. लाइक शाहरुख खान से स्मॉल मिलाते जाओ, लार्ज बनाते जाओ. So this is a small anecdote that I added from my side. And then do everything in a process-oriented way. अगर आप process को follow करोगे, then eventually you will start to enjoy the process. And आप जो उसका फल होता है, जो उसका रिजल्ट होता है, उसको शायद आप सेकेंडरी रखोगे, प्रोसेस में ज्यादा आपको मजा आएगा. And that is how most of your big tasks will get completed. Then great things will always take time. Rome wasn't built in one day. तो वैसे ही जो भी बढ़िया चीजें हैं उसको समय लगेगा बनने में, और उसी के साथ जो बुरी आदतें हैं उसको भी कल्टीवेट होने में टाइम लगता है. सो यू हैव अ आइडिया दैट वेयर यू नीड टू आइडेंटिफाई एंड यू नीड टू स्टॉप एंड मे बी यू कैन करेक्ट योर कोर्स. And that is how you can also identify yourself, decide your identity, proclaim your identity. Like Amrut gave his example that भाई 1.5 महीने में मेरा बुक आने वाला है, जिसको लेना है तो लो. तो जब आन बान और जान पे आता है तो सब लोग अपना काम करने लगते हैं. So declare your work, declare your identity, and then you will make sure that to save your face, नाक बचाने के लिए हम लोग मेहनत कर ही लेते हैं after all, because we are a social animal. एंड उसी के साथ चेंज योर पर्सपेक्टिव. आप 80 IQ पॉइंट से स्मार्ट हो जाओगे. सो एक बार पर्सपेक्टिव, नजरिया बदलो, दुनिया बदलो. सो दीज आर द लर्निंग्स दैट वी हैव टेकन फ्रॉम अमृत टुडे. एंड देन फाइनली द लॉ ऑफ इनर्शिया. तो लॉ ऑफ इनर्शिया भी एक बहुत ही वंडरफुल चीज है जो हमें अपने माइंड में, अपने ध्यान में रखना है, और उसी के साथ हमारी इन एटॉमिक हैबिट्स को अपने अंदर कल्टिवेट करना है. For more details on the summary of atomic habits, you can find it on the Booklet app. And if you like it, do buy the book, do give the book a read, and spread this wonderful word of making India read with all of your friends. और इसी के साथ फ्रेंड्स, अमृत भी आपको मिलने वापस आएंगे अगले महीने के 4th Thursday को लाइव with another book review, with another book summary. तो इसी के साथ हम सभी को आपका और स्पेशली अमृत का बेसब्री से इंतजार रहेगा. Please do come at 7 p.m. on the 4th Thursday of the next month, and we will all be here in the Financial Pathshala with Amrut Deshmukh on our mission to make India read. So उसी के साथ do drop a thank you message to your distributor if you have found massive value in this particular session today. Once again, download the Booklet app. आप डाउनलोड करो, दूसरों से डाउनलोड कराओ, और लोग आपको यही बोलेंगे कि यार क्या मस्त चीज तूने बताई है. That being said, we all take your leave, and a very, very big thanks to Amrut for coming here and being a part of our session.
Awesome. Thank you, Ashish. Thank you, Pathshala. Happy reading. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody. Happy reading.
If there are any
Bye.
questions which went unanswered, please get in touch with me on my email, bookletguy@gmail.com. I'll be happy to answer them. Bye-bye. Good night. Happy reading.